Good morning, and welcome to Redeemer Lutheran Church. I'm Pastor Gary Lodeholt. It's a question that has intrigued me lately. When you look at the great men and women of history, have you ever wondered, were they just regular people responding to unusual times? Or had the hand of God placed unique individuals in unique moments to shape and drive history? Was it just happenstance or God's will that Abraham Lincoln was president just when the country needed him most, and not someone else? Or look at the astounding collection of intelligence, insight, and courage in the founding fathers of our nation, people like George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and Benjamin Franklin. Where would the civil rights movement be in our nation today without Martin Luther King Jr.? And perhaps the best example of all, Martin Luther himself, a man and a moment come together that not only changed Christianity, but also the entire world. If you had asked me this question 10 years ago, I probably would have said they were just regular people who rose to their circumstances. But lately, I'm not so sure. Lately, I can't help but see the hand of God involved in who they were and in what happened. And truly, never was anyone so carefully placed by God than Jesus, the Son of David. This week and next week, we are looking at portraits of Jesus, using some of the various titles we have for Jesus, and seeing how Jesus fulfills those titles and what that means for our lives. There were a lot of things the Messiah could be, everyone knew. There were a lot of roles the Messiah could assume, and many ways he could appear, and they were all debated and discussed by the faithful. But one thing everyone knew: the Messiah must be a son of David. The Messiah must come from David's line. He must have David for an ancestor. And just like he fulfilled all the things we needed, Jesus fulfills this too. It's really quite a remarkable line of individuals, this line of David. There's Solomon, who built God's temple and who was so incredibly wise. There was Uzziah, king when Isaiah prophesied, and Hezekiah, one of Israel's greatest kings. Later on, there is Josiah, a king of great faith who renewed the faith of the whole nations. Before David in this line was Ruth, a woman of loyalty and faith, and on before that, Judah and Jacob and Isaac and Abraham. It's an incredible line of people who dared and did great things for God, people who lived great lives of faith. Here's the kicker: not all the people in this line of Jesus were upstanding citizens. There was the scoundrel Jacob, who cheated just about everyone he came in contact with. Rahab the prostitute, King David, who committed adultery and then had someone killed in order to cover it up. These are just a few of these not so upstanding citizens in Jesus' line. Jesus' line was made up of regular people and outsiders who were included in to tell us that all people are included in what God does in Jesus. Guess what? This is our family tree. Although we have different physical lineages, this line of David is our line too, because in Jesus we are heirs of the promise. We're part of this great line with a great heritage of faith behind us. And of course, the question is, what legacy of faith will we leave? What moment of faith has God put you here for? Will you embrace it? Son of David. It was an incredible line, and Jesus fit the bill perfectly. In our lives, may we hear and answer the call. Thanks for watching, and remember to let this day belong to God.